Someone realizes you were the best thing they intentionally walked away from. They regret that. They're thinking about you a lot. There's a lot of distance. It's their choice. They're the ones who put distance between you. If this is for you, you know who it's about. Fear of rejection, or they would come in because they know they left things on really bad terms. It doesn't have to be romantic. They've had some big changes in their life that they cannot share with you, and they regret that. It's like they moved to a new town or something and realized they were lonely, realized they didn't have anybody there, they missed you. It's like you were the one thing missing. They didn't see it that way, though, when you were around each other. Also, this person may not have told you that you were the reason they were leaving. Like, they felt like they had to get away from you. Like, their obsession was so strong that they either had to have you all to themselves or they didn't want to be around you at all. Even though you may not see it that way. I couldn't be what you wanted. They feel like they had their chance with you. Like you wanted them. You might have even been very close. Very strong connection, but they felt like they had to get away from you. They felt scared, scarred also, which is weird, traumatized. There's something about you that triggered them, but they regret that now. I'm getting this as kind of a weak-willed person, I'm sorry to say. Wishy-washy, someone who doesn't know what they want. Someone who hasn't always made the best decisions. You were beautiful inside and out. You left when I needed you. They left. They left you when you needed them. Okay, what is going on with this person? They don't feel very confident in themselves. Let me see if I can connect to this energy. Struggles. They have struggles nobody knows about. Emotional, financial, deep struggles. They keep trying to make things work and it never works out. They feel lonely, apologetic, sad, bruised. Like you left them on hold. They feel like, just an example, like in life, you put them on hold. Like you would be talking on the phone, put them on hold, but in life, not just on a phone call. They think about you more than they want to admit. They got a piece of mail that reminded them of you. Did you write to them? Like actual mail. They feel exhausted by their current life circumstances. Something about eating candy. What? You were like candy to them, but they felt like there was no substance. Like you can't exist just on candy. That's how they felt like you were in their life. Like they wanted to go beyond that. They wanted you to be the main course more than just the candy. They feel manipulated into where they are now. Deceived, used, but they don't know if they would have had it better with you. They don't know what to think. This person's also alone, very, very alone, and they feel shy. Oh gosh, okay. Shy, disconnected. They're just trying to make something of themselves. They want you to know it really wasn't personal. They just don't feel connected to anyone. This person may be someone who was orphaned at a young age or grew up in foster care. But no, they don't have deep family connections at all. And they say that's what people don't realize about them. They feel very alone in life, and they always have. And you triggered them because you come from a bigger family, and it might not just be family, but friends. Like maybe you don't really have blood family either, but they just felt like they couldn't compete. They felt like the situation they were in, the town they were in, where you are, they felt disconnected, but you felt connected. Like they just couldn't. Okay, that's what they mean by I couldn't be what you wanted. They don't have the deep connections that you have. They feel like you could go anywhere and get a job, like everybody knows you, but they couldn't do that. And they feel that way now where they are, but they say they feel that everywhere. They're just trying to survive life is what they're saying. If you want them to contact you, leave a comment because they could be following you. But don't reach out to them, especially not based on a reading. If it's based on something else, fine. But no, this person is trying to contact you energetically because they are afraid you're going to reject them. Very sad. They say they're busy, but they're sad. Like if you saw their social media, you might not believe that they're this sad. They hide it because they've always had to hide it. They don't even think about telling people. I'm going to the spill tea deck. I want more information about this. They just feel like someone else is controlling them. Okay, by that, they mean like their job, their security. They have to go where the security is. They just didn't feel secure with you. They feel like you didn't understand how much they leaned on you. Like the place they just left, you were the only one they felt like they could count on. But you had other people and they didn't. And they felt like you kept leaving. And you kept leaving them feel disconnected. Like they're very insecure. And they feel very out of touch everywhere they are. This is someone who's gone their whole life feeling this way. They wish they could come back. You were the best thing they ever intentionally walked away from. And if they felt like there was some security or stability there, they would come back. But now they're in a different environment where they finally feel some security, authentic vibes. This is what they felt with you. And they miss that because they don't feel that anywhere else. They feel like no one's ever been authentic with them. Like they've never really found anybody they could trust except for you. Bad influence. Friendship test. They felt like they had a negative influence on your life. That's how they felt. Like they couldn't add anything to your life and that you didn't see it. They feel like friendship test here. They kept testing you for loyalty and you kept failing, but it's not your fault. Like they have very high expectations, but also seriously, you might be more connected to people than they are. Like they might make it seem like they're connected. In fact, they may come from a family, but it's a family that just isn't there for them. Like they might not have grown up in foster care or something, but they just don't feel connected to anyone. They feel like they have no stability, no security. And you didn't see it and they couldn't tell you. It was like over and over you kept failing the test in little ways, but you didn't know they were testing you. In fact, they didn't even know they were testing you. It wasn't even deliberate. It wasn't deliberate. It was just little things kept happening that disappointed them. And they didn't want that. They didn't want to be disappointed. But they feel like they let you down too. They feel like this, I couldn't be what you wanted. They feel like they let you down because, I just got this. If you ever saw Mad Men, Don Draper went through life the same way. I'm not going to spoil the show. I'm just going to say he didn't really have any family. There's this one scene where it's his ex-wife, or maybe they were still married at the time, Betty Draper. Betty Draper's dad says to her, he didn't have any family at the wedding, none. Like she came from kind of this well-off family, or at least like kind of an established family. Yeah, they were well-off, now that I remember. They had money. And Don didn't come from anyone. It's like, imagine having a wedding where you don't invite anyone. He had no one. There's a reason for that. And he didn't come from a great family. I mean, he came, his story was terrible. That's what I'm getting. It's that kind of thing. They feel like other people were talking about them. Like you had someone in your life, like Betty Draper's dad, saying, who is this person? They feel like it wasn't really you so much as it was your friends, your family, other people who noticed, and it made them feel very insecure. And this is a really deep issue for them. Really deep. Let me get a couple cards from here. Really sad, because I can very much relate to this energy. That's why it's coming through. A lot of us feel that way. Like we just don't really come from the greatest families. We feel very alone. Even our own families weren't there for us. And even though some of us have gone on to great success, you don't realize, like, it's not that we want a family. It's just that please don't hug me. I don't want your sympathy. It's a hard thing to explain to people. It's the kind of thing that only comes up around other people. Like you're not even thinking about it. And then someone will bring it up. Like, you mean you don't have anybody? It's that kind of thing. It's like if people just wouldn't bring it up, you'd never think about it. But they feel like people in your life kept bringing it up. Look, alone but not lonely. Do not forget this. Unconditional love. May this person be alone but not lonely. Like I said, they don't really feel lonely until other people bring it up. And they feel like you or other people unintentionally kept bringing up the fact that they didn't have anyone. And it makes them feel insecure. They feel very, very insecure about this. Oh, this is sad. Send them unconditional love. Don't forget this. But you don't have to do anything. Just know that that's an issue for this person. It's a very hard issue to explain to people who haven't been through it. Very hard issue. Like I said, it's not that you're going around looking to be connected. It's something I feel like I'm supposed to warn you about. Like, this is a rough one. But have you ever lived out of town? Or maybe a lot of you haven't. I know what it's like to move to a place where you don't know anybody. And like I would get connected to these social groups like through churches or whatever, which I wouldn't do that now, but at the time I did. And on holidays, people would try to get together, all of us who are from out of town, don't know anybody, let's have Christmas together. And it's nice that people do that. At least it gives people Christmas plans, but at the same time, it can leave you feeling more lonely and more sad. It's like, can I just be home alone instead of being around strangers? And you might be someone who invited them to family events. Look, sometimes the worst thing you can do is invite somebody like that to a family event. My whole life, I've had people invite me to weird stuff like family stuff. And I always felt like the outsider. It just makes you feel more like the outsider. And it could be they felt pressured to mask to go along. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm getting. They felt pressured to go to these events or to be around people because they know that you are somebody, like when other people try to make you feel part of something, sometimes it can make you feel more alone because it's just so foreign. It can really turn you against that kind of stuff. So they don't want that. They don't want that at all. They just don't want the pressure of having to mask like a person who has a family when they don't, if that makes sense. That can be worse. I mean, I know people mean well. It's like forcing hugs on somebody who's not a hugger. And yeah, I said forced. You should never force physical touch on a person, ever. I learned that in trauma support groups. Because you'll have that a lot. People will force hugs on you. Hug me, I'm a hugger. It's like, well, what if the other person's not a hugger and they don't like to touch people? That's okay too. You need to respect that. No one should ever force physical touch of any sort on another human being. And this person goes through that. They just don't want it forced on them. They just want to be accepted for who they are without people forcing all this closeness, this fake closeness, because to them it is fake. Maybe not being with you, but being around other people. But they do miss you. They miss the contact, but they don't miss all the other stuff. They just wish that you didn't make them feel so inferior. Okay, I'm just going to read this. Look, it's for both that energy, the energy I'm getting, and for you. And then I'm going to end, because I like to end on a high note here. You have everything it takes to be successful. You age in reverse. You are deceived by no one. You make excellent decisions. You flow with love. You have no fear, and you have excellent ideas. It is spoken, it is written, and so it is. Amen.